We met out here. Actually, we met at the other venue here by the pool a year ago, Cabo 2025. And Mindy was here a day ahead, I believe, had messed up her tickets and
screwed up all my travel arrangements. And so if you do that, Baby Bathwater will magically fix it for you. And so I was by the pool. Yeah.
And we spotted her and thought she's probably a new baby. And we invited her to the little hot tub outside my room. And that's where it all started.
They said, "Are you a baby?" And I said, "Yes, I am." I had never, ever been to a conference or an event where it was so inclusive right from the get-go, and every person was looking to like make the connection. It was so disconcerting that when I went to the airport after the last event, Joe and I talked about this. It's the airport and you're going up going, "Hey, hi, how are you? Are you a baby?" Like you do this whole thing where you're still in the mode, the baby bathwater mode. This is what I would call it. But I feel like that's how everybody comes into events is looking to make connections and friends. So.
And they're so present and usually have their phones down and they're connecting with you almost instantly. And that feels a lot different than our normal lives. I go to lawyer conferences, so it's a totally different ballgame. And it's there to learn something specific about the trade and not about the connection anywhere the same way.
Yeah. I go to investment management conferences and everybody does this and peacocks a little bit, like first like 10 hours. And here you can kind of get past a little bit of that right away.
I believe this is my 6th event, started in New York, 2024. And I think probably the best thing is just making all these new friends as an adult and following up with them when we're back in our lives back home. It just feels unique and not something that happens in my day-to-day life when I'm home with my family and all the work obligations.
I have come to 4 events. This is my 4th event. I've been to a variety of different ones. Cabo, I really love. What keeps me coming back is the dancing. Hands down.
The music.
Yeah.
The music.
The music, the dancing.
Andy Frasco.
All of that. It keeps me coming back. And then the bonus, like the icing on the cake, on top of the dancing, is the content and the people and the like venues and things like that. Yeah. But dancing is the foundation.
Everyone is so intentional. Well, mostly.
Mostly, yeah.
We've had some smaller group meetups in San Francisco in between events. That's always fun because people can bring in other folks who are not active babies at the time. Yeah. That's been a lot of fun. And then just checking in with people via text and several threads with different groups.
Yeah, I feel like as we have gotten to know each other, we even came up with that as a solution this particular time where Maryanne and I said, we're going to check in on this particular issue in between events, where we said, we need to hold each other accountable for how we're going to exit our businesses and talking through different options. And that was really, I don't think I would have maybe thought that the first event that is how that was going to work. But by the 4th or 6th event, you start to say, oh yeah, these are people I really connect with. And I'd like to connect with them outside of this to help me with my business.
I've been pretty reluctant in the past to think about bringing in equity partners at our law firm. And there was a content session yesterday and then a follow-up talk with Mindy that made me think there's probably a way to do it that could meet our needs and our team's needs and really be the solution. And it hadn't occurred to me. I'd heard a lot of the same or similar talks in the past, but it all came together yesterday in a way that it hadn't before. It's my nugget from Cabo 2026.
I can't beat that. I mean, she freaking rocks, so can't beat it. I think the biggest mindset shift I've had from this is that you can be over 50 and a woman and come to an entrepreneur conference and have the time of your life and fit in and stand out. And it's amazing. Like that part of it, I think I would have not suspected is that that's been my experience of this. So.
And I love meeting a bunch of people who have made it in their careers and recognize that there's a lot more to life than just being successful in your one work environment. So it's a good reminder to look around and hear people in the content sessions and outside talking about just how these other things are important. And they weren't getting up to the top and then figuring it out. They're figuring it out as they're getting up there all along the way.
The focus on like progress and not perfection. I love that. Is everybody's all a work in progress, and we all just are maybe more open about it here and willing to grow together. So watch my video where I do the worm. I'm over 50, and tell yourself you could be there too.
I can't top that one. And I can't do the worm.
I love you.